Today we are playing Smash Remix. If you don't know what Smash Remix is, it is probably the best mod pack, or at least up there, for any Smash game that exists. They have done what seems to be the undoable and included so much content into the teeny tiny game that is Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64. They've added stages, they've added music, they've added game modes, and of course, they have added all new characters. It started small with the clone characters that you might expect. Dr. Mario, Young Link, Ganondorf. But then we got some big ones. We've got Marth, we've got Bowser, we've got King Dedede, we've got Banjo-Kazooie, my favorite. And they are back with a brand new update, version 2.0.0, which adds 3 new characters. Princess Peach, Crash Bandicoot, and Lanky Kong. So today I just want to dive in and take a look at these new characters because I have yet to play them and I'm very excited to see how they all work. So first thing I'm going to do is actually just jump into training mode, and I'm just going to go straight to Crash Bandicoot because that is the character that I wanted for Smash Ultimate, or one of the characters I wanted for Smash Ultimate. So I'm very excited to see how he works, but of course I have to see his costumes. Okay, so he's got fairly standard costumes, but I'm digging all of them. I do just kind of like to look and see what the options are available. But let's go ahead and jump into training mode. I guess I'll beat up Sonic and we'll head over to the battlefield and we'll just see how his moveset works because I truly don't know. Okay, so right away, this is cute. His dash is literally his slide from the games, and then he gets up and keeps running. Oh. Okay. Whoa! All right, and his up B is his little body slam. That is kind of hard to control. I mean, it is. You got a lot of. Do you see how far I made it? Top platform all the way to the blast zone. Okay, so that's his up B, which I kind of just accidentally looked at. But here's his neutral B, of course, the spin. I wonder if you can hold it, if it will go longer. No, it seems to just be a single animation, but I mean, the best you could hope for, honestly. Okay, let's see what his side special is. Oh, okay, so his side special is actually, you can, oh, I'm stupid. Smash 64 doesn't have side specials. So his down special is a Knuckles Project Plus burial move, which is pretty interesting. And you pop out. All right, so can I do it on a platform? I can't. Okay, so it has to be on the ground. So yeah, I like this moveset. It's kind of what I would have envisioned a little bit for like a Smash Ultimate, Smash 4 type of Crash. But, you know, I like it. He probably would have something more if he was in like a modern game, simply because there's more to pick from, and I know the Smash Remix developers try and keep it faithful to like the Smash 64 era for the most part. So like things that are like in Crash 4, for example, or later Crash games, he wouldn't really have, because like he wouldn't have had Crash been included in the actual Smash 64, which is kind of like their logic there. But yeah, I'm really digging this moveset. But next, I want to see how Peach works. So the characters that are already Smash characters are interesting to see in Smash Remix because it's mostly not what moveset did they come up with, but kind of just how does their moveset work in the Smash 64 engine. And honestly, I think Peach is probably one of the craziest characters to be in Smash 64, simply because the way that the way the gameplay works with how knockback is very, very strong, and the fact that she has a float, you can kind of just float and like just kind of go with your opponent because she has such crazy air mobility that you can kind of just go with them and like just continue your combo because of how easily you can get over there. So moveset wise, Peach is not crazy different. Neutral special, however, is not Toad counter, and is instead her actual Peach Bomber side special, whatever it's called, in all of the other real Smash games. So they didn't give her a counter, they gave her that. Down special is turnips, but I don't think the turnips are like different powers. So I don't think the turnips actually can like you can't pull a Stitch face, for example. Hang on, let me throw a few. Okay, absolutely every one of these has been the exact same face, and so I'm going to assume that they did not include an element of RNG, and it is just all one projectile, which is fine. That honestly, in some regards, might be how Peach should actually function. Obviously, the Stitch face and everything is, you know, a big part of, you know, Peach's notoriety in Smash. But balance-wise, if they're trying to make a balanced game, making them all the same is just the most straightforward way, and also is probably easier for you know, making a mod for it. Like again, this is all in Smash 64. Like, you could play this on your console. That's how like crazy some of this stuff is. And then yeah, you see an up special is of course the parasol, and her taunt is, you know, that, but with a Smash 64, or not Smash 64, a Nintendo 64 era voice, which I think is pretty awesome. Okay, it's not, I don't know why I'm gassing it up. It's not that big a deal. I really like the commitment to everyone being sort of like their actual N64 90s era selves. So I don't know, I like that. And finally, we have Lanky Kong, who is hidden over here in this little plus section alongside some of the clones and semi-clones that the game has included, as well as some new ones, Roy, Dr. Luigi, and some of the boss characters, like we've got Ebisumaru and the Mad Piano, who are kind of like super OP, but like on purpose. So yeah, there's not enough room on the character select screen, so I think this is their best solution, is just have a additional character area, because you really can't fit that many more characters on a 4x3 game like this. But let's go ahead and check out Lanky Kong. All right, so there's some crazy stuff with this guy, but just look at him running around. He is, of course, super silly, and, you know, super lanky. So there. Oh, that's his jab. Like, what do you? Look how far away you can be while still hitting with jab. That's like half the stage almost. Okay, well, he's got his dart gun here, and let's see what else he has. What's down special? Oh, wait, what does this do? Can I move faster? I guess I can move faster. Oh, I see. Okay, so he's normally far more like slippery, at least his animations for his run speed. So like, see how he has to do a whole turnaround, and you kind of have to get caught in it. Whereas if you do down B, now he can just turn around and run really quickly. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Kind of a bad up B if you, okay, so you can't mash to go higher, not like, you know, a villager up B, but, you know, you kind of just have to float there at the mercy of whoever you're playing against. All right, well, that is Lanky Kong. Wait, does he have a crazy grab distance? I bet he does. What's my grab button? Yeah, he sure does. I mean, that's as long as the jab. That's crazy. That is so long. So let's go ahead and try out some of these characters. And by that I mean like in an actual game. I don't just, you know. So let's first play some actual matches with Crash, and we're going to do it in Smash Remix's own custom classic mode. They have their own specific route that includes all of their own little characters, so we can actually get a sort of idea on what everything has. In case you have not played Smash Remix before or seen this somehow. Oh, that intro is so sick. That was a really good one. Okay, but this is Sheik. Say hello to Sheik. I might get owned here. I don't know. We'll see. From clips I've seen, if you get them off stage, the up B is actually a really good spike option. Like, you can actually edge guard with it and get a decent spike. Okay, they actually have to go to stage. But you see how it like spiked them down? So it's kind of like, you know, a dare spike, but with up B. Hey man, could you stop that? Okay, thanks. Or I could get edge guarded trying to do it. I also don't know if you've noticed, but the announcer is actually the real announcer now from the actual Smash 64 game.
Crash versus Wolf Team.
They contacted him, I believe, and got him to actually reprise his role with a bunch of new voice lines. So the voice you're hearing, I believe they used to use an impersonator, or they tried to, like, you know, just figure out the best way to get it done. And now they've just, you know, full on used the official guy, which is insane. Oh, here's a new item, I think. The stopwatch. Hey, get off me. All right, I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna die. This should probably, oh. Okay, that neutral, okay, this, oh, no. Dude, I'm losing to the Wolf Team, man. What kind of a display am I showing? The hardest part about going back to Smash 64 is, like, just how much stiffer it is. I think this might be a fully custom one for Crash, and I like the fact that that floating Crash head over there is over there, kinda, and like it's all based on the blocks or the crates. Like this is totally for Crash. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get that. Let's try this. Nope. All right, that'll have to be last. That'll have to be the last one. I'm sure I did this in an awful order. Oh, I could have just, yeah, I could have gotten back up there easily. But yeah, really cool that they're doing, like, they're going all in as though this is proper Smash 64 DLC, and it's just impressive. It's so impressive. If I remember right, Ganondorf was the first Smash Remix character to be made, because I remember, like, some really chunky looking footage, and it wasn't even like Smash Remix was a thing. It was just, hey, we put Ganondorf in the game because, you know, there's another example of this is just Captain Falcon with changed properties. So they just, you know, it was the easy one to make, and then we destroyed him in Cheap Shot. What did I do? But anyway, like I was saying, it is just really cool to see where, like, this mod has where it has ended up based on where it started, where it was just we put Ganondorf in the game, and now we've got Crash Bandicoot and Banjo-Kazooie and a giant Marth, and just, you know, it's really cool. It reminds me of Project M, where, like, that just started by giving Falco, okay, see ya. That just started by giving Falco his melee shine in Brawl, and see what it became. Like, this is another one of those stories, and it's just so cool. I like the Smash modding scene so much, and it's just awesome to see what is happening with each and every game. All right, I'll just, you know, eventually I'll get there. Cool. Is that supposed to be just a little Easter egg, or am I supposed to be able to get those? The little Crash head. I am so dumb. I'm supposed to be using my down special this whole time. I told y'all I'm stupid, and I think that's what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, it's probably how I was supposed to get that that platform in the first place, instead of just brute forcing my way. Whoa! No! Wow. Crash! And I like that they included the Kirby team still from the actual one-player game of Smash 64, but it's with all their custom Kirby hats that they've made, because every character does have Kirby hats, as well as just the actual moveset. Like I said, they put their entire effort into this. See, like, look, I don't know if I can move, but that is a Mad Piano Kirby hat. They had no reason to make a Mad Piano Kirby hat, but they did. He's their little silly joke guy. All right, quit. No! You taunted me and I died? If I die on the last Kirby. Okay, they can't up B, so I didn't lose, but that was... My palms are sweaty, all things considered. That's not good. And we've got Crash versus the little tiny team. The opposite of the giant team, which again is something that's not in actual Smash 64. Giant is, but not tiny. No, Don't die. Oh, no, now I'm tiny. Now we're even. This isn't fair. They're supposed to be tiny, not me. That sound effect, that sound effect being in Smash is just so crazy to me. No! I went too far. Do these Conkers know I game overed? That's embarrassing. I see people do combos in this game, and my brain doesn't compute how they do it. Okay, will I be small? Will they be? Oh, will I be small or will they be super small? But nothing happened. You can't be smaller than the smallest size the game lets you be. Okay. Will I not embarrass myself this time? Cool. We're ending things against Supersonic? That's not fair. I'm just a regular Bandicoot and you're Supersonic. I guess this is their version of Metal Mario, but it feels a lot worse than against Metal Mario. I mean, he got like 1,000,000 miles per hour run speed. And he taunted? Oh, I don't know what's happening to me. That's the worst feeling in Smash, when you are at the mercy of whatever is happening to you. Okay. That crate exploded, I'm good. I'm good. That, I mean, I could have foreseen that taking at least 2 more stocks. And of course, almost every character has their own fighting polygon team form. And in the Smash Remix 1-player mode, you fight them instead of the originals. So there's Mewtwo, and I assume that's Ganondorf. And I can't tell who that other one is. Oh, that's Banjo-Kazooie. Come on. Last 3. And I die. I keep trying to do up smash, but instead I'm doing aerial up. Or jump and then up aerial. Get off me! Wow. Wait, I lost again? I have to do that whole thing over? Wait, you can fling items away? Is that what happened? Okay, yeah, you can hit items away. They go flying too. Okay, final one, Crash v Crash. And I'm just gonna stand here and hopefully you just walk into it. Yep, there we go. And finally, we've got Shades of Melee. We're taking on Giga Bowser. I'm just dead. There's no making it back from that. As long as I can get literally 2 hits, which is not guaranteed. Okay, we did it. Oh, who would have thought 1-player classic mode would be this difficult? So this mod also has an all-star mode, and to make it true all-star, I set myself to 1 stock, and we're just gonna see how far I get as Princess Peach. This has every single character that is in Smash Remix, I believe. So I don't expect to do well, but I at least know what you want to do as Princess Peach, which is spin to win. Okay, I'm not used to the float not lasting as long. They made it a little bit shorter, I think, than like in Melee, for example, but you know, not terrible. Okay, so not doing bad, not doing too bad. Only 26. Never mind. Oh, never mind again. Never mind again. No, where am I going? Okay, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Up smash should do it. There we go. Okay, I will probably die in the next fight, but we'll see. Okay, up against Wario now, and I've got 70%. But you know what? I think I can make it through this fight, and then we heal the next fight. Jump! Where did my double jump go? My double jump was just gone. Okay, one continue. One continue. What is this Dreamland? Oh, this is Greens. It just doesn't have the blocks. Oh, this is cool. I wonder if the blocks show up or if they just... I just have the no block version. I guess I'm just going for a heelless run here, because Okay. Because I keep forgetting to use the hearts. But I just, like, this is actually a fantastic way to see... Okay, I'm dead. This is just a fantastic way to see how much content they actually added to the game. All the different characters, all the different stages and the items, like, it's just, it's like I said, it is impressive that they fit it on, like, a 50 megabyte maximum. Like, it's just incredible. And I'm sure 50 megabytes is even more than it actually is. And finally, we will check out Lanky Kong in a real-world scenario in multi-man mode. We'll see how many I can defeat. Probably not very many, but we'll see. Lanky Kong is huge. I don't know why I'm trying to get in their face. I can just, you know, be halfway across the stage, huh? Yeah, that works. Hoopla! It's almost like you want to always be on your feet like this. Because, I mean, I can't see anything you can't do when you're not on your hands. Sorry, I meant feet. I mean, wait, I meant hands, not feet. Because it just seems like that's what is fastest. But obviously you're not gonna be able to do it all the time. But, like, even, like, there's nothing you can't do out of that. It just is like another, like, another mode you have to shift into almost. It is an insane dash attack too, by the way. Just, it is huge. I'm sure it's not perfect, but it is huge. Like, look at that. Is that a second hit when he claps his hands? Is that a second hit? It is! Oh, that's insane. Okay, that's death. But that's a crazy good dash attack, I feel like. But that is the latest update to Smash Remix. I'm sure there is more that I have not actually looked at. It is definitely worth a download. If you have not played it, if you have not checked it out, I highly recommend it. You don't even have to really be a competitive Smash 64 player to enjoy it. You can find anything to play. I mean, I will boot it up and play it for, you know, an hour just randomly because there's just so much to do and there's so much to see. And what's wrong with taking the back streets?